Welcome to the Becoming You show, where limits get torched and possibility takes the mic. I'm Leah Roling, human in permanent beta, neurostrategist, mom to 3 amazing humans, married to 1 legendary soul, and your no fluff permission slip to stop waiting. Every week, we rewire brain patterns, smash hand-me-down mindsets, and dive into the daring, identity-shifting conversations most people dodge. Ready to turn potential into proof? Grab your pen. Your next chapter starts now. Hello, my beautiful friends. It's been a minute, and I've been wondering how you've been and where you've been. And you're probably maybe wondering where I've been. And the answer is navigating what it means to be human, to be a human exploring capacity, right? The good, the bad, and everything in between. I've spent the last season co-hosting another show, exploring new ideas, voices, and questions that has stirred up so much good and also so much discomfort. There's something though about this space, this Becoming You space, that has called me back. So here we are, new season, fresh energy, same heartbeat. And to mark this return, I really want to ask you something that's been echoing kind of in my head and in my heart. And that is this: what if someday never shows up, right? What if today is your only shot, right? I don't say that to scare you. I say it to wake you, because I believe that most people aren't actually stuck at all. They're sedated, waiting, right? Waiting for clarity, waiting for timing, waiting for permission, waiting for confidence. But what if what you're waiting for is already waiting on you? And the timing, it's not someday, it's right now. And so today, we're going to talk about something that is so core, so vital, so deeply human, and so wildly misunderstood. And that is potential. So we're going to dive right in. Did any of y'all think about how many lifetimes you could live inside of just one, right? I do. I do that all the time, right? Because I believe that if you're willing, like really willing, to change, to move, to experience something new, to embrace uncertainty, to expose yourself to new opportunities, to expose yourself to massive amounts of discomfort, I believe that you can live several lifetimes in this one life. And the truth is, sometimes these opportunities won't work out. They won't. I've had plenty of those. But that's not the point. The point is, you showed up. You showed up for them. You showed up for yourself. And lately, I've been building some really cool new programs under Spark and Innerboard, and I'll be sharing more about those soon as we continue a rhythm with the Becoming You show. But what I'm realizing in all this creation is this: transformation isn't a someday thing. It's a rhythm. It's a cadence. And what I have found out is that once a week, literally just once a week, is that sweet spot. Like once a week for cleaning out your brain, once a week for interrupting kind of old loops and pathways, once a week of deep, intentional effort to reset and to rewire. Yes, 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 we need a daily practice. And you'll hear me talk a lot about that. Just like you wouldn't let your kitchen get out of hand in between cleans, right? But that weekly reset, that's where the magic lives. That's where you stay sharp. That's where you stay creative. That's where you stay innovative. That's where you stay curious, right? Unburdened, alive. So as we relaunch this show, I want you to know, and I hope that it is, this space will be that for you, right? A space, that weekly cleaning, right? A place for insights, for clarity, for potential turned proof, right? And that's why the new tagline for the show is potential to proof. Because you don't need to wait for the breakthrough, that you are the breakthrough. So here is what I believe with my whole heart. You are your most valuable asset. Your life is your greatest investment. And if you even dare to imagine that this might be true, you will start taking yourself seriously. You will stop waiting and you will start living. I see it in my own life. My kids are growing. Logan just left home, starting a whole new chapter in his life, watching him step into massive amount of uncertainty, massive amount of the playing ground of the unknown, exploring new possibilities and living from his own potential. It's wickedly inspiring. And it reminds me that many of us, too many of us, we've just stopped trying. We stopped efforting because somewhere along the way, we were told that our current abilities define us. And at best, we double down on what we know. And at worst, we don't explore beyond it at all. But potential, right? It's not what you can already do. It's what you could do if you gave yourself a freaking chance. I don't care what you're currently able to do. What you're currently able to do tells me nothing about the capacity of who you can become. It tells me nothing about the potential that is untapped within you. So let's just call that out for a hot second, right? I think that most people don't ignore their potential because they're lazy, because there's something wrong with them. I believe that they ignore it because they're scared. They're scared of wasting time when what's the point? They're scared of sucking at something new. And I'm just here to tell you, be prepared to suck at it as if you were supposed to be good at it. They're scared of what other people will think. And I will reiterate this until probably the day that I die. I don't care what other people think. Not about my life, not about yours. I care about what you think. And there's going to be 1,000 people that have 1,000 different ways and 1,000 different preferences about how you should live your life. There's going to be people that are incredibly disappointed in the way that you live your life. You better not be one of them. You better not be one of them. And yet, too frequently, too much of the time, we delegate and we outsource our potential to what other people think is possible for us. They couldn't possibly know what's possible for you, but you know what's possible for you. And that's what we're going to work on today. I think that doing nothing, right? That doing nothing and just staying scared is the bigger waste, right? I believe the real risk isn't failing at all. The real risk is sitting on a life that you've never lived, right? We treat our potential like fine china. We put it up on a shelf, we put it boxed up, we keep it safe and hope that one day we'll get around to using it. One day we'll take it out of the box and we'll eat off of it. But someday doesn't have a calendar date. That someday is the date that you choose. And here's what I want to offer you. You are your own proof. You are your own permission. And your potential doesn't have to stay in a box. You can go get it. You can take it out. You can open it up and you can explore the depths of it today. Okay. So I wanted to bring forward, how do we even find our potential, right? The first step in this 4-step little framework that I'm going to give you guys today is to get really curious about your desires. Every single breakthrough, remember, you are the breakthrough, requires and begins with curiosity. And yet most people, they can't even name what it is that they want. Okay. Not because they don't have desire, but because they've buried it under other people's expectations, roles of who they think that they should be, things and educations and degrees that they have efforted that they feel like they can't do anything differently with, and massive amounts of false responsibilities and assumptions. But the invitation is this: what do you want? Really? I don't think we ask that question of ourselves enough. Not what you should want, not what your past self wanted, not what your family wants of you, not what your kids expect of you, not what your parents expect of you, but what is it that you want? If you could allow yourself to dream, just to dream, just to drop a possibility. We're not taking action on it. We're just dropping it. What is it that you want? And if you don't know, that's okay. I think that desire is a muscle. You strengthen it by experimenting. You pay attention to what excites you, even just a little. And what I know and what I believe to be true is that if you can see potential in other people, if you can look at them and say, wow, that's awesome. In either comparison, competition, envy, gratitude, appreciation, it doesn't matter. If you can see potential in other people, it means it exists in you. Let that land for just a hot second. If you can see it in other people, and if you have kids, I'm guessing you see a potential in them. If you have teens, I'm guessing you see potential in them. If you can see it in other people, it exists in you. You wouldn't be able to see it in other people if it didn't exist in you. Okay, that ability to recognize other people's awesomeness, that's not random. It's revealing something about you. So we get to stop outsourcing our belief in other people, right? And borrow it from me if you must, but start building it on your own. Start thinking about your desires, your dreams, your goals for the future. And you're not too old and you're not too young, and there's never going to be a better day than right now to do it. There just isn't. Today is the day. Let it be the day. Let it be the day. So that's first. What is it that you want? What is it that excites you? What is it that moves you? And it doesn't have to be some big thing. It can explore a promotion at work. It can be explore starting a new business. It can explore just challenging yourself into a different level of leadership, whether that's leading yourself better, leading your team better, leading your family better. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be yours. So that's first. Step 2, try new things for real, right? Here's where most people lose the plot, okay? They try something once, they're not amazing at it, and they decide that it must not be meant to be. Or maybe they've tried it a couple times. I get this all the time. Leah, I've already tried that. It doesn't work. I've tried everything and it doesn't work. I'd be like, okay, I need the list of everything that you've tried, because clearly if you've tried all the things, then you've documented it and you've beta tested it and you've hypothesized about it. But when I really ask them, how many times have you tried it? How many things have they tried? It's like 2 or 3. I want you to know that you're not going to be amazing at it. You're just not. Trying something once, trying something twice, trying something 3 times, right? That's not trying. Real effort looks like commitment, 6 months, a year of consistent effort, long enough to struggle, long enough to learn, long enough to actually improve. I want you to think about kids learning to walk. Their first 100 steps are mostly face plants, but they don't stop and say, geez, I guess I wasn't born for this. I guess I wasn't born to know how to walk. They could barely talk. They mumbled their first set of words, and we don't make that mean something about their ability to communicate. Oh, this kid's never gonna be able to communicate. This kid's never gonna be able to walk either. No, We let them practice. We let them fail. We even let them hurt sometimes when they fall. We don't make it mean anything. And then at some point in time, we've decided that instead of self-leading our life, our dreams, our desires, we're just going to outsource those to other people that tell us that it isn't possible for us. And I want to shake that up for you. And if I'm the only person that tells you that it's possible for you, believe me, because it is. It is. Because kids that learn how to walk, they learn how to talk, they learn how to do something that wasn't possible before. They do it because they want it. And that desire to want it fuels their persistence. And they also have family rooting them on and clapping for them. But sometime between learning how to walk and learning how to talk and navigating our desires as adults, we don't have a cheering section anymore. Instead, most likely, we have people limiting our potential, enforcing our lack of courage to stay small. And I want you to be courageous again. So what is something that you've wanted to try, but maybe you haven't given it an honest run? That's your next step. Try it. Give it a year. Fail lots. Fail on purpose. Learn from it. Grow from it. Sit in the discomfort of it. That's what makes it a possibility. Trying it once, trying it twice, and throwing your hands up and just suggesting that it isn't possible. I want you to consider that it would not be a desire for you if you weren't capable of actualizing it. I believe that that's true. I believe that if there is a nudge deep down in you, asking you, inviting you to explore a capacity, it's available for you. It's available for you. So that's step 2. Step 3, I want you to set big goals for yourself so you can fail big, right? So you can fail big, so that you can learn big. Okay, why do I talk so much about setting big goals? Not because I'm obsessed with productivity, not because you need to impress anyone, but because big goals stretch your discomfort threshold. And discomfort is the currency of success, period. I don't know who said it, but they said success and failure live on the same block, and they do. I believe that success is a skill that is cultivated within each of us by failing a lot. And I want us to set big goals for ourselves because I want us to tap into the capacity of who we can be. It's not for our life to be better because, as you know, life is going to be 50-50. It's not going to be better there than here, not even when you set and achieve that big goal. You will be a more evolved version of you. You will tap into a capacity that, had you not have, would have gone left unused. I do not want any unused capacity within you in your last day. I want you to have used all of the capacity. I want you to explore the depths of what your potential is. And your potential is not going to be found in smart, realistic goals that only ask you to do something just a little bit better than you did before. That's the big difference between change and transformation. Change is asking you to do something a little bit different, a little better. Not interested in change. Not interested in it. I'm interested in transformation. Transformation is taking something that isn't currently possible and making it a reality. That's the difference. That's why you're here. You're not interested in change. If you're interested in change, right, just do something a little bit better than you did the day before. We are looking to evolve and to become into the next level of who we've always been, right? When you set up a big goal for yourself, you are signing up for failure. And that's the point. I want you to get really good at being resilient. I want you to be really good at turning every single adversity, every single obstacle into an asset, right? When you get good at failing, you develop the skill of staying in the game. You learn to manage your mind through doubt, through delay, through disappointment, through discouragement, through frustration. Success is not magic. It isn't even a strategy, it's a skill. And it's built one rep at a time by those who are willing to look foolish, to those that are willing to have other people say whatever it is that they want to say about them, those willing to put themselves out there, being willing to fall flat on their face, knowing that they can get up again, right? And doing it long enough to get good. So set a goal that scares you, that maybe you're a little, maybe even scared to share with somebody else. That's a big enough goal. The kind of goal that forces you to meet a new version of yourself along the way. This is the Becoming You show. And we are constantly evolving ourselves into that next level of becoming. And the last step is I want you to use the success that you build from discomfort that you put yourself into as a launch pad for more potential. Once you achieve something, anything, you gain proof. Proof that you can start, proof that you can finish, proof that you can handle failure, proof that you can fall flat on your face and get back up, proof that other people's opinion of you doesn't matter, proof that you don't need anybody's permission to do something daring, to do something courageous, to do something that might be a little bit embarrassing, to do something that requires massive amounts of courage, right? And that proof, it's portable. You can use it to go after the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Most successful people that I've met aren't just successful at one thing. They're successful at multiple things because they've used the skill of success to breed more success in different endeavors in their life. Each new stretch reveals a deeper layer of your potential, of your becoming. This is how we evolve, right? Not by staying where you're comfortable, not by waiting for someday, not by keeping your potential in a box. It's by using every success as fuel for your next risk. Are you asking yourself daily, how did I fail today? How did I embrace courage today? Did I have to be courageous today? Or did I just rinse and repeat? Okay, this is the game. The game isn't about arriving anywhere. It's about the expansion of who you are. So when we rethink about potential, right? I think one of the biggest lies that we've been told is that we've wasted our potential. But that's not what's actually happening here, right? When we start to look backward to define what's ahead of us, we start to limit our potential. We shift from possibility to regret, right? From vision in the future to memory. And just like that, we diminish what could still be true for us. So I want you to stop measuring your potential by your past. I want you to start measuring it by your desires. That dream you've had, that nudge you've had, that whisper that you've been ignoring, that idea that you've never dared to speak out loud. What if that is the invitation? Your potential is the capacity to live your life with intention, with creation, with innovation and contribution. It's not tied to talent. It's not tied to your abilities. It's tied to your willingness to try, willingness to fail, willingness to learn, to bet on yourself over and over and over again. You don't have to become an influencer of millions. You do need to be the influencer of one, yourself. Because when you go first, other people will follow. And when you bet on yourself, the world gets better because of it. Again, this isn't about arriving anywhere because you think it's going to be better there than here. It's not. It's about feeling alive in this moment right now. So I want us to stop waiting. I want us to stop waiting, and I want us to go out and dare for more. I want us to stack the skills of success and experience and resilience on one another. There's only next. When your desire meets your potential in the arena of opportunity, which is this life, something magical happens. That's when dreams get built. That's when you satisfy yourself as the asset of your life. You're not too late. You're not too early. You're right on time, babe, to begin. You are potential. You are proof. You are the breakthrough. So let's go make it real today. And until next time, have a beautiful one. And we'll see you next week. If this episode cracked something open, good. Let it. And then head to leahrolingcoaching.com and grab the tools to rewire the story and reclaim your future. It is yours. And then share this with someone who's still waiting to be chosen, still waiting for permission, and remind them they don't need a breakthrough, that they are the breakthrough. Until next time, my beautiful friends, invest in you and keep becoming.